We're good. We're recording. We're live.
Recording here.
Cool. Welcome to the Green Tea Podcast. My name is Hector.
My name is Brian.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How y'all doing today? I hope y'all doing well. I hope your viewers are doing well. Today we're gonna switch up the topics a little bit. I know we focus a lot on finance and
one of those topics that like finance and
finance, money, investing, and all that. Today we're gonna switch it up a little different. We're gonna talk about spirituality.
The real question, spirituality. Okay.
Spirituality. What does that mean to you, right? We're gonna talk about spirituality, consciousness, hey, shrooms, why not, right? While we're at it.
But when you say shrooms, do you think shrooms take you to spirituality? I mean, I don't know, but I'm just
so what's spirituality to you? Talk to me.
I don't know. Spirituality is when it's believing in something greater than you, right? I feel like everyone has to have that hope in, not hope, but that believes that something is greater than them in order for you to kind of like be grateful, do things better, help the people around you, etc. So to me, it's something greater than myself.
Okay, spirituality.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What about you?
Do you think there's good and bad?
Spirituality? Definitely. Yeah. Dude, we come from an island, the Dominican Republic, right?
Which we love.
Yeah, we love. Our neighbors, that we also love, but it's been a little problem with Haiti. They do, believe in spirituality in the form of voodoo, or when they, I think it's like when they do
voodoo, like when they take a doll and like.
Yeah, they do all this.
You stabbed a doll, and you meant for it to be somebody?
I'm not sure what kind of things they do, but they do the bad thing. Like, they take a chicken or a pig and they cut it. They do all these things, and they do that bad witchcraft.
Okay.
And there's people in the Dominican Republic that also do the same thing, but that's spirituality to them, right? And
then there's like churches.
Exactly.
Right, like. People go to church.
Exactly. There's church, when people believe in God, believe in something greater than them, which is if you define good or bad, it depends on the person's belief, right? Because a lot of people don't believe in God and believe in something else, right? Mm-hmm. And say that, let's say, for example, myself, who believe in God, I don't know what I'm talking about. It's like, that's a bad thing what you believe in.
What makes you believe in God? Like what makes you feel that there's something much higher than you? What tells you that?
Well, I think just to go back, I grew up in a Catholic school. Mm-hmm. So I was, since I was born, I was raised into a Catholic school, and that's where my beliefs started into, Jesus Christ, God, and the Virgin Mary. I don't believe that much in the, Virgin Mary, all of that stuff is different. I just believe in one God only. Mm-hmm. But that's where it started. Mm-hmm. And how do I know that, for me, that God exists? Is when I see things that I believe sometimes I can't do, and I don't know, it's just
like some kind of force makes it work for you.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Some kind of force works, make it work, and then boom.
Okay. Do you? Okay.
Like, for example, like sometimes, like, sometimes I'd be like, wow, I always say that to, my wife, everyone who knows me, how grateful I am to have the life that I have, and to even though that I'm not rich, because a lot of people, thinks that you have to be rich,
like money rich,
or money you have to be, because that's what people measure
Like
success or happiness, right?
Oh,
by
God.
how much you have. But I measure happiness differently. I measure happiness by, thanking God that today I'm alive. I'm, healthy. My family's healthy, and
Do you pray?
yeah, I
pray?
do. I prayed, but I prayed on my own. And the same thing is like I believe I don't go to no church.
Okay.
I don't. I'm not part of any Catholic or church.
Would you mind going to a church?
No, I don't mind.
Okay.
I used to go to church, but I don't mind.
Okay.
It's just preference. And a lot of people are gonna maybe but it's just preference, and I just like to for you to connect with God, you don't need no one else. It's just you and God. God only
Yeah.
hears your prayer.
Yeah.
Even if you go to church, you pray by yourself. Even if I'm praying with my brothers and sisters at church, right? I could pray with you guys aloud to give the people encouragement and encourage each other to keep believing in God. But at the end of the day, each of those brothers inside that church, their battle, it's alone. It's between them and God.
You know what? It's a good thing that you said the word battle, because, man, I just want to empathize with people right now, man. Like, everybody goes through a lot, bro. Everybody goes through a lot. Everybody has their own battles.
Yeah.
Like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Yep.
So everybody goes through their own battles, and everybody, people experience anxiety. People experience, like, trouble.
Yep.
Right? Troubles. And the reason why I'm, like, we're going to talk about this is because I feel like life has been the biggest teacher for me.
Life. Okay.
Life. Yeah. Life is definitely the biggest teacher for you. And we are so distracted by things that are just there for us, right? It's like Kanye. I'm gonna reference to Kanye real quick, because he said something along the lines of, we are all unpaid actors for a script that was written for us to play, right? So what does that mean to you? What does that mean to you?
I was gonna say that question. What does that mean?
So So we are all unpaid actors, right? Playing this big role, this big movie, right? Something that it was already written for us, right? So let's say, for example, when you're born,
Okay.
right? Remember that your brain, it's like a RAM. It's like a memory, right? I mean,
It's like a sponge.
It's like a sponge, right? Like, you will retain information, and you will forget things, and you will remember new things, and it'll go off like that. You remember some great important things and whatnot. But as you're growing, people that are older than you, you're already putting their trust in, because you're new to the world, right? You're let's say, for example, you're in second grade or in third grade. You're listening to your teachers, and you almost see them as like grown adults, right? Because that's what they are, grown adults,
that's what
right?
they are, yeah.
But you're a third grader, right? But you don't ever ask yourself, how old is this person? Like, for real, Like, sometimes you see teachers that are much younger,
Yeah.
right? Teaching a whole class, right? And by much younger, I mean, it could be, they could be
22, 23. Yeah.
That's a kid.
But hold on. You believe still that's a kid?
22 years old?
Yeah.
22 years old?
23,
Yes, you are a kid. What, are you kidding? I'm sorry. You're
young.
by paid. Okay, so this is what I mean, right? By unpaid actors, right? And we're just here playing the role. Who determines when you cross the adult thing? When you're 21?
But it's who determines that? You said?
Yeah. Like let's say, for example, you're an adult when you're 21.
Okay.
Like, who said that?
There is some, but I'm pretty sure there has to be every scientific evidence as of why.
Okay, so look,
someone has to
scientific evidence.
Yeah.
Okay.
So someone has to be 18. You're an adult, right? Because it depends on your brain, how your brain develop. And at that time, at 18, 19, okay, you're still developing, but your brain is at a much better capacity to understand certain things in life, right? At 18, you can't compare someone that's 15, 12 years old to someone to 18, right? Because
But
at that
why
time,
is it? Do you think is because the way we look at them? Let's say, for example, There's a question that I asked you earlier.
yeah.
At what age is it okay for your kid to stop believing in Santa? Like, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
The whole idea, like, I can appreciate it, right? I can appreciate these holidays. I understand it's for like good, it's everything is meant well, right? And in good spirit, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's almost like, hey, kid, you're 5 or whatever. Yeah, there's this fat dude
Call Santa.
yeah, going around town dropping gifts on the chimney, and you can leave him cookies, and you can do this, you can do that, and we allow them to believe on that fantasy.
Okay.
But for what and for who? Like, is it for them, for the experience, or what can we just say? Why can't we just maybe change the narrative? Like why do we have kids living in that fantasy? Like, them living in that fantasy, it's almost like yeah, we're training them to believe in things that are not real. So it's like, right now as an adult, how do we know that? How much else are we not aware of the Santas that we believe in right now?
But don't you think that
Like the government.
no, okay, but let's say, for example, don't you think that people
Hope that makes sense to somebody.
no, it makes a lot of sense, but I want to say, like, don't you think that people want their kids to learn about Santa, to have an imagination as a kid, right? Because you don't want to destroy your kids' imagination, right? I believe they do that. This is me believing, but they do that to get kids' imagination rolling. Not everybody agrees with Santa. Now in this age, not everyone is teaching their kids about Santa, right? But they just probably do it because they want to keep their kids like engaged into something good, to imagine, like, Santa coming down the chimney. Like, right now, okay, we have movies, we have this about Santa, so you want your kid to be, to imagine that. And then you just kind of like feed your kids things to believe, but that at 5 years old they're gonna find out that Santa doesn't exist.
Okay. So
5, 6.
okay. So let's say, for example, do you think there's adults out there that still believe on, or are not even aware of a Santa that they believe in right now? Right? So I'm not talking about Santa now. I'm talking about something that they believe, but it's just not true. Right? So people living in that space. Let's say, for example, you know how many people think, oh, once I'm rich, I'll be happy? Like, how false is that? Like, I believe, truly 100,000% believe that that's false, right?
Yep.
You can't, it doesn't matter how much money you have. That's not going to make you happy. You know why? Because you can't, this is a perfect argument. Money cannot buy happiness.
And that's true. That's
right.
It's a saying. That's
you
true.
know what? But there's a lot of people that disagree. They're like, like what? Give me some money and I'll buy a Lamborghini and I'll be happy. Like you can't go to a store and buy happiness. No, you can.
But money doesn't buy happiness. But money does allow you, if you use it the right way, to get to that, to worry about something else and get to your happiness. To do something. Money's a tool. It's not gonna make you happy. It's a tool, and it depends how you use that tool, right? And it's true. Like, you could have money tomorrow, God forbid, and what about your health?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm trying. Let's say, for example, right? Steve Jobs died, right? Unfortunately. How much money does he has daughters or kids? I think he does.
I believe he had
like daughters,
a daughter, yeah,
or family, right? He has a family, right?
Family, correct.
He has a main family. How much money do you think they had, and how happy do you think? How could, it doesn't matter how much money they had, right? Something terrible happened, right?
In their family.
Where do you go and buy happiness? What do you do? How do you find happiness at that moment? If you can buy happiness, how do you find happiness in that moment?
You can't.
You cannot. So therefore, you can't buy happiness.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't. Happiness is a feeling,
Mm-hmm.
right? Happiness is a feeling, is a human experience, right? It's happiness and being sad, right? These are all human experiences and emotions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like a lot of people have a very narrow view on this topic on this subject, right? About money. Money, it's something. It's a piece of paper that we created, right? It's a paper that we created. That we have a financial system. We have this whole monopoly, and then we have players, humans, right, playing the game, right, to just keep the economy going, right, and then just on that cycle, right, go on that cycle. But at the end of the day, man, it's like it really is a whole pyramid, right? It really is a whole. You have to view it. I personally feel that there's always somebody higher, a bigger person, you know, as in not person as in like, you know, authority,
but you mean in spirituality, like
no.
Okay.
I mean like there's like always you're working for somebody.
Okay.
That person's working for somebody, and then that other person's working for somebody until it gets really to the point where it's just like I'm not saying we have lizards running the world.
Okay.
But is to a point where it's just like, okay, how high is this? How high is it, and what are the real intentions? Do you think governments are truthful in telling the truth? I mean, look how wicked life is, or they try to like media, not social media. I'm sorry, media, right? Like the news and all that are controlled by several companies, right? By several. It's a handful of people that control this, and then those things pump out newses, and then we just accept it and absorb it, and like, oh my God, this happened. Like, we sometimes totally forget that these people are running a business.
Yeah.
And they thrive off us worrying and us and like, let's say for example, when the COVID thing happened, the big gainers were pharmaceuticals, right? The masks, the shots.
Okay.
Like and these narratives are controlled to a degree, right?
Okay.
So I feel like what I'm trying to say is that I feel like sometimes people don't think on their own because of the lack of perspective and the lack maybe of understanding simple things. I'm gonna be honest with you. Look, there was one time somebody said something kind of powerful, and it stood out to me. Somebody said the only thing that could cut through mountains is water.
Okay.
What are we made out of? Water. Right?
Okay.
So it's just like understanding, like, maybe to its core of who we are and what we are, we will find better answers, and we can find and to spirituality, right? And us being humans, right? Because it's just like, and this is why I said shrooms, right?
Okay.
Because shrooms, if anybody who shroomed, congratulations, first of all, right? you've reached, no, seriously, they know this. People that have shroomed, they know this. They've crossed a section of life, of understanding that the person that has not shroomed ever does not comprehend or understand, right? And I'm not telling you to go shroom and do drugs. That's not what I'm saying. And actually, New Jersey is actually in the process of legalizing shrooms for mental health reasons and to treat it, and it's really actually happening. So that's kind of cool. There's no button for that. But,
no pause.
Yeah. But you know what? It's very powerful. You know why?
Okay.
Because this is a plant. I'm sorry. Mushrooms is not even a plant. It's actually something between an animal and a plant.
But the thing is that something that I heard that you said is like
Jesus
that captivated me on like it's when you said people who shroom, right? Like they went. What do you mean when they crossed that?
They crossed that.
And then do you think that because of
They
that
know.
they
They know.
found spirituality, or they think different on spirituality?
Is definitely they found a different level of consciousness. So let's say, for
Okay.
example, Brian,
Mhm.
right? That's your name.
Yeah.
Why? Because your mom named you
My
Brian.
mom named me Brian.
Okay, so now remove that.
Birth certificate, Brian.
Yeah, because people named you Brian. Hey, your name is gonna be Brian. So remove your name. What are you now?
I'm a person.
You're a person. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So now, let's say, for example, you as a person,
Mm-hmm.
what makes you, what are as a person, what makes you feel a person? Like your body,
What makes you feel
your
alive?
physical, you're
Yeah,
alive.
Yeah.
Okay.
The emotions that you
Okay,
feel
once
towards.
you die, what do you think is gonna happen to you? Do you think that's it? It's over?
Well, from my beliefs is that I believe in God, right? So I believe that after we leave this earth, there's going to be another place for us as with God.
Do you believe in like reincarnation?
None of that stuff. No,
You don't believe in reincarnation?
No,
Okay,
I
fair.
only believe that I know that after this life we're gonna go. This is where I believe where we're gonna go to. With Jesus Christ, and I don't know what's gonna happen after that. That's all I believe. I know that after I leave this earth, my spirit
Who's Jesus? No, I'm just
is
kidding.
it's gonna go with Jesus,
I'm
right?
kidding. I'm
So
not gonna go that deep.
that's what I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think
Mhm.
to a degree,
Okay.
right? First of all, we're all connected. Right?
Mhm,
We're
okay.
all one. Like I really truly believe that we are all one. Right? And I do truly believe that it's almost like look at your fingers, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like these are people, and then to our core, we're all connected.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and we are a higher part of a higher consciousness,
Okay.
collecting information and collecting experiences, because it's just like me,
Okay.
my experience, right? It's very unique to my experience, right? Some people can have the very similar experience but not experience like I have to the T, right? And that collection of information,
Mhm.
right, goes all the way to a higher consciousness. Like it's let's say,
But when you say it goes to a higher consciousness, what do you mean? Because I know, from what I know, right? Your experiences, like that's what you keep in your memory, in your brain, right? So, and like you said, everyone has, as a person, a unique experience.
but I have a question on your brain. You're saying on your brain,
Yeah, it
right?
stays in your memory.
Do you think within you
Okay.
there's something else that thrives, like besides your body? I feel like I think personally that your body is rented. This is a
Okay.
rental,
Okay.
right? This is a rental, and I think that there's me, then there's a higher me, then
Okay.
my highest.
Mm-hmm.
No, hold on, my high, my higher, my highest,
Okay.
right?
But when you say okay, keep going.
It's almost like, let's say, for example, do you ever, like, let's say, for example, who is the voice? Let's say, for example, if you are in the middle of something, right, and then you just get an idea right away, like boom, like super clear, boom.
Okay.
Where do you think that comes from? Where do you think that comes from? Do you think it's just like you putting things together? Do you think that's a message from like your higher conscious and like, yo, like, let's say, for example, like,
I think I know what you're trying to say, because I have been like, I'm pretty sure that everyone has had that moment where you just working on something and just an idea just happened to come into your mind, and you're like, oh shit, look at this great idea, and you some people type it on their note and then action on it later on, or it just they action it right away. I feel that it's just part of your brain that you probably this is also part of your brain working. That's why when you get to, I feel like when you constantly challenge your brain on, I like to mention a lot of studying, but it's like because when you study, it doesn't mean going to school. It means yourself, right? Studying yourself, like being self-aware and learning new things and making all that. Your brain is always working. Every time you want to learn new things and you're up for the challenge, your brain is always working. So part of your brain, even when you're doing something, sometimes clicks. An idea comes in, and then It's just okay. Let me just type it down or whatever. But I feel like it's just an idea from your brain. It's just your brain working.
Have you ever felt like you've had a message that you have to put out so strongly that it's almost like, yo, I have to do this, and it's not because for self gain. It's more for like.
No, go ahead.
Like let's say. Like, let's say, for example, I'm gonna give you an example with me personally, my journey, right? The reason sometimes, and I'm not a financial advisor, that I go so hard on telling people about digital assets, right? Crypto and all this, and I'm so passionate. There's no self gain from me. Like, there's just. I personally feel that just because I understand this space, right, and I get it to a really a good degree, and then I see how distracted others are, and how much, and I'm feeling like, okay, this is an opportunity of a lifetime right now, and then I'm seeing this whole space is being developed, and instead of talking about the space being in the front news and like, hey, technology, like something, I feel like there's just much more distractions all over the world, and to a degree to I'm not saying like it's purposely done to distract people, but to a degree, sometimes it seems that way. And it's almost, and I'm not talking about specifically on that space only, like digital currency or whatever. No. But I'm sure that there's people out there that maybe feel almost like, yes, sometimes distractions are thrown at us purposely, right? Let's say, for example, no, I'm not gonna bring that topic up.
No, but go ahead.
I was gonna say like look at, like, this is sensitive. Look at 9/11, right? Like, just, are you just gonna believe what they told us? Are you just gonna, like, not you? No. But specifically, like, people, there's people that don't believe what they've just been told.
They have a lot of conspiracy when it comes to that. But to answer your question, you said something.
How do we know it's not an insurance thing? How do we know it's not
something that I believe, right? So like what you mentioned is like. You said it. You want to push that message out, right? Because you're passionate about the space, and because you have that emotion. Sometimes you have that emotion uncontrollably, and you want to push it out. You want to push the message. It's the same thing as when you have pastors at a church, and any church. I'm not talking about Christian Catholics. No, any church. They're also people that are passionate about that. They want to push, and they also tell you the same thing that you're saying. People are so distracted today that they're not seeing what God is creating, or what God is gonna do, or how the world is gonna end. Right? Why people are so distracted? Why people are not coming into church? Why people are not looking for God more? Right? And my thing is that people are, right, but we live in a world that is so busy. We've been distracted, and that I get it. It's so distracting, right? You have to be able to manage on going into all distraction and kind of like find your way. But what I'm saying is, everyone, everyone's trying their best to kind of like pay attention to what they have to do. And when you're passionate, like. Because I felt the same way as you before when it came to personal finance, right? I used to be like, why people, I wanted to push that to people, but I understand.
But now you want to push that to people, but is that because you feel passionate, or that's because you something that you felt that's just like, yo, I have to get this out, like, as best as I can? Or?
No, because I feel passionate and I wanted to help others.
Okay, you want to help others.
Yeah, I've always been that kind of person that I want to help. I want to help the people around me, right? Because I want to surround myself with positive people. And if you're around,
why do you want to help others?
It's why? Because that's something that I like doing. It's something for me.
So now, how do you distinguish who's Brian and who's maybe the higher consciousness?
But that's Brian. Brian, if you describe the way I could describe Brian is Brian who cares, sometimes cares too much, but Brian is a caring, right? A loving person that cares. And that's why before I was like pushing to everyone, and even to today, sometimes I don't push, but I just bring the topic of like personal finance to be aware of like certain things. At the end of the day, but
because you see how useful it is, you see how it can change your life. You see, you want for the better. Right?
Exactly, because I went through that, right? So I want other people to also do the same thing. But before I was like that, I was like, I need to push this message, right? I want people to learn. But then I found like I noticed myself like, okay, I can't be doing this, like could be doing this, right? Either people want to do it or not. There's a lot of I want to say a lot of information. How do they get informed, right? I'm trying to like right now we made this podcast.
Hold on. But you're doing it now.
Yeah, we made this podcast, right? I'm trying to be another outlet, right? For them to find that information.
Okay, so you're still doing it.
I'm still doing it, but I'm not pushing it in a way where it's like you need to do it. You gotta do it now. Like, you know,
but you're using your vocals, your vibration.
Yes,
you're using like you're using your, you know what chakra is?
No.
Chakra. So I mean.
So it's like spirituality stuff. It's like
yeah, you can say it's kind of spirituality. Like it's best way to put it. It's synchronized energy. I'll say that it's synchronized energy that when you are aligned, with your loved ones, with what's important, with what matters, what really matters, right? Once you're synchronized, right? I feel like you unlock some kind of energy where things are starting to happen. Things start to happen. Let's say for example, if somebody wants to, I want to be an accountant, right? And I want to also travel, and I also want to have a better relationship with my loved ones, right? Siblings, right? You got all that message.
Yeah.
You got the message because you're saying I feel that I want to do this, right? Let's say for example, if you don't take action, you said, there's a lot of people that are like, I want to do this, I want to do that, but they don't take action, right? Do you think they're gonna still be inspired to do other things that are like I feel like to a degree on those feelings, if I have a feeling of like, hey, I want to improve my relationship with let's say my mother, right? And I want to do better at work, and I want to do this, and I want to do that. I have goals.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna take action, right?
Nothing's gonna happen.
Nothing's gonna happen. Not only nothing's gonna happen, but do you think you're gonna get more of those messages? Like, I want to be a cook, but I'm not gonna do nothing. Like, you're not gonna. Those messages, those feelings are gonna stop. Because just like it makes no sense for you as a human to be more inspired to do other things if you haven't taken action on the things that you already want to do. Then you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is when you get synchronized with that energy, right? Let's say for example, boom, I want a better relationship with my loved ones. I'm actually taking action to do that. It's a challenge, but I'm gonna do it, right? It's not easy, but I'm gonna do it, right? Boom, at work, I want to get better. What I have to do? I have to do this and that. Boom, I'm gonna do it. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take these challenges, right? And you do that in this avenue, you do that in this avenue, you do that in that avenue, and here and here and here. Now you're gonna get more inspired. You're gonna get more messages. You're gonna get that feeling of like, boom, I'm done with this. What else?
Yeah,
that's definitely and I feel that things when you unlock that energy, and it's flowing. That's when it's flowing. Like you get inspired, you get this, you get that. Oh, now that I did this with my loved ones, and I have money here, what I can do to impact this with that? I can travel. I can thing. You just get inspired, right? You just get like ideas just flying around you, and I feel like to a degree, that's what we are about, as humans, right?
As human, yeah.
And look, I'm gonna tell you something. When I first started experiencing anxiety for the first time ever, I had no idea what was going on. I had no clue what was going on. And the only things that I was able to do is almost, things that make me feel good. Why do you think? Let's say, for example, bro, if you have all these troubles, let's say,
Okay.
or people are having issues, right? Why do you think sometimes people go and take a walk at the park or maybe take a hike?
Because they need to kind of like, if they're stressed, right? You need to kind of like rebalance everything so you'll be able to think. Because while you're so stressed, you can't think.
Okay, now do you think that being around trees, like trees,
You mean nature, right? Being around
yeah,
nature.
being around nature, right? But being around nature, right? Like we get oxygen from this thing.
Yeah.
Right? We breathe out, they absorb, and then they breathe out some oxygen. What is it? Carbon? What?
Carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide, right. So it's just like they need us and then we need them, and it's like it's this cycle. And this thing is alive, right?
Yeah.
Trees are alive, right?
Yep.
And did you know actually, like they mentioned that one of the chakras, and then chakras are aligned with colors.
Hold on, but do you still understand what chakra is? I'm still.
So chakra is, like I said, it's like when you aligned energy,
Okay.
right, with your body, right? We have a magnetic field. We operate in a magnetic field, right?
Okay.
And your energy, bro, right? So you produce that, right? Let's say, for example, when somebody walks in, right, and they have that energy, right? You feel it sometimes.
Yeah, you
right?
feel.
You
feel the vibe. You feel the vibe.
Yeah. So it's
You
like
feel the vibe.
so, and then there's people that have diminished their energy, right? Like if if people start using like crack and things like that, it's you. It's almost like that light diminish and gets destroyed, and it's not there, right? And it but with the chakras,
chakras.
with the chakras, there's let me just pull it up.
Chakra, it's like me aligning, let's say, my energy with everything, right? With everything that I want
with yourself,
with myself,
within yourself.
Okay.
When you ask for something, when you say, "Hey God, please, I need to pass this test," or "God, I need a better job." We're recording still, bang. I need this. You're asking from and you believing on that, right?
Definitely.
Right? You're believing on that, right?
Yep.
That's one of your chakras. That's a crown, right? So that one lives like they call it the crown, right?
Okay.
So when you ask for something, you ask from your crown because you are putting all your focus, your mind, your energy into something like spiritual, and you're asking for something, right? You're asking a higher energy that you are aware of, right? You're asking that higher energy to help you in this physical body and in this physical realm, to help you get to this point, right?
Got it.
You're asking from your chakra, right? There's another chakra for your voice, like yo, bro, this like your voice is vibrations. Everything operates in vibrations. Like Nikola Tesla. If you want to learn the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy and vibration. And absolutely everything in this world is with vibrations. There's no matter at all without vibration. Chakra.
So that's your chakra. So your chakra. Okay. So then, go ahead.
So vibrations, right? Like
no. You say your chakra. It's when you have different chakras. So just for me to understand.
Yeah.
So chakra, it's like
Look,
you
chakras
said,
in the body. That's what's good meditating, right? So you get this.
So when people meditate,
I'll pull it up on the screen. So. Let me just find a good picture there. Right?
40 minutes.
40 minutes in. God damn.
So when people meditate,
when people meditate, that they are aware of what they're doing.
Okay.
They are aware of. So when you meditate, brother, you are tuning in to a degree where like if I'm trying to be quiet, if you're trying to be quiet and you try to really empty your mind, right? There's still consciousness there, right? That's watching that's watching over you.
Okay.
Right? Or you're watching it, right? Like there's just something there. There's no total complete
silence in your mind.
There's
okay.
right? Even when you're sleeping,
Yeah.
It's there's still some kind of content. You're dreaming, right? Like there's
Mhm.
still. So it's just like, think about it like this. So you're aware that, right? You're aware, or not, right?
Mhm.
Some people think, or look. So think about it like this. If you have total awareness of that, right?
Okay.
Is there a higher one?
But why would you? I mean, I won't question. What do you mean, a higher awareness than what you have?
Yes. So is there's like my high, my higher, my highest, right? So there's like, so look, I don't want to like get too much into this, but the right. So
Yeah.
chakras. There's 7 of them, right? You see how they're in colors, right? You know, the lowest chakra, it's represents the lowest vibration. The one on top represents the highest vibration because it comes from your head, from your brain. And then the green one represents the heart. I don't know if you ever noticed my Instagram, but I have a green heart, and then it says 528 hertz. Sound also plays a role. It's like sound. Like,
Okay.
look, you have to think about things that we don't create. Think about the things that we don't create. We don't create color. Color's just there. And then, not only the color's just there, we have access to only see a very small amount of colors
Okay.
on that huge scale. Right? So check this out too. Like 528, it's a very important number, and it's a number that heals. Right? They
Okay.
also actually tie up the chakra, okay, let me I'm about to say it. So on the sound spectrum,
Yeah.
on the whole entire sound spectrum, right in the middle of the sound spectrum, right, there's one number that falls in, and that's 528.
So they see a sound spectrum.
Hold up. Huh?
They see, sorry, even a sound spectrum. I didn't know that, but go ahead. Sorry.
Yes, a sound spectrum, right? Of course, like there's like higher, like right, like there's sounds that we can't hear. There's sounds that dogs can hear and we can't, right? So they have access to, you know. So it's like, to that point, they're you know what I'm saying? Like to that degree, they're supernatural to us, right? It's like when you chilling. Dog knows that when somebody arrived before we know. They start barking the door before we know, right? It's just like, oh, we know somebody's here because a dog,
yeah.
right? So and bats, right? Look at bats. Bats can navigate through dark caves by using sound, right? So sound is a powerful tool, very powerful. Sound is so powerful that it's like, we are water, bro. Like, vibrations shape water.
Okay.
Sound shapes water. We are water. We are what we listen to. We are who we hang around
With. Yeah.
Yeah. So think about that as in, like, okay, those are vibrations. People talking, right? My sound, right? I can shape somebody by me just talking, right? Because you're observing what you absorb what I'm telling, right? So you're water. That's water. You are being shaped, and that's what we are. Let's say, for example, if you're a DJ, right, and you have a crowd of older gentlemen, like way older, right, classy, and then you have another room with people that are, you know, more street like, right, more maybe more hood or whatever, right? And if I'm a DJ. Right, I know. I'm just by looking and observing how these people move, I kind of know what to play here. Like maybe something classical, maybe something, you know, or maybe, and then here I know what to play. I can't play something classical here and then something ghetto here, right? So because it's just like, what is it, right? Because it's just like, oh, that's not what they are. Yeah. They are something else. You have to, you know. So that's DJ. That's sound, right? So it's like, think about it when you're at the club and you're pumping all this negative things, right? Like not only are they using the lowest chakra, like vibrations, to make music, but the words, I'm gonna kill, I'm gonna slide on your, all negative, man, all negative, right?
But with music, there's also positive music. So whether that falls into the vibration.
Oh, the hertz. Like you get something calm, right? Something. Even listening to the ocean is positive. That alone brings you calmness. Like that's why people take walks at the beach to clear their head. That's why people take walks at the park because all that the almost the sound of the birds tripping. The like birds, even the way birds trip is almost magical with sound. It's so perfect. It's perfect. If we can see sound, sound would be so nicely organized.
So I got a question for you.
I hope this is making sense to people.
No, it is. But do you meditate as well?
Hell yeah, I meditate.
And are you,
1000% I meditate.
So are you able to basically, how you were explaining that to be able to meditate, you need to be able to have your mind has to be clear, right? You can't have. Are you able to get to that level where your mind is clear and you're able to focus? Because when you meditate, don't you focus on your vibrations, right?
You focus on just clearing your mind. That's all. That's the only thing you're focused on. It's just clearing your mind, and it's almost very impossible to clear your mind completely. But when you are, it's about mindfulness. It's about being present.
Okay.
Meditating is about being present, right? So let's say, for example, how do you clear your mind? I can do like some like humming, like right, like these hums, like I'm vibrating my whole body. These those are vibrations, right, that I'm sending throughout my whole body, and my body just reacts to pay attention to this.
Okay.
Right, because not only are you
no go ahead.
And let's say, for example, if you're doing that, right, and you're clearing your mind, right, how do you clear your mind? By being mindful, right? You go to the park to clear your mind, to be mindful. Let's say if I'm meditating at the park and I'm trying to clear my head of my worries or whatever, what am I going to do? I might do some of that, right? To like neutralize it. And then when I stop doing that, I pay attention to the sound around me. Okay. Right, to keep me present. So I start listening to the birds. Then once I listen to the birds, maybe I listen to people's, not conversations, but people laughter, right? Like, and then you expand from there, right? Like, okay, what else can I hear? Right? Can I hear like the traffic? Okay, I can hear traffic. What else can I pick up? The wind, the trees blowing, right? So you're being mindful at that moment.
Okay. So what do you believe in?
What do I believe in?
Yeah. What do you believe in?
On the consciousness just keeps getting higher and higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. And we are all connected, and we're all just picking up information and sending it over to that consciousness and really that and
do you think there's something higher than you? Do you believe there's something higher than you? Yes. And if you have a name, what name would you put that?
There's no. That's the thing. It's around us. There's no name to it. Like it's around us. Like I look like. Okay, so real quick, I was gonna say this before. The number 528. Okay. Right in the sound spectrum, right in the dead in the middle of the sound spectrum, it falls at 528 hertz, and in the color spectrum, right out from the whole entire spectrum, from what we cannot see to what we can see, right in the middle of that thing, you know where it falls? Right. 528 hertz. I mean 528. Okay. So that number 528, dead center for the color spectrum, is the only number in the world, in the universe. Okay. Out of all the numbers, 528 is the only number that falls right dead in the middle from the color spectrum and the sound spectrum. And it's green. What else is green? Leaves.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So green represents love. Green represents life. Right? Okay. I believe in that. Okay. I really truly believe in that. Green represents true love. Green represents life. And that people tie it to that's why the trees are, that's why the leaves are green. And I'm like, yo, dude, I mean, so it's love. Oh, yeah, represents love.
So then can you?
I think I said that.
So you said it, but so then green. So if you said green represent love, so money is green.
Bro, garbage. That's not.
no. But,
okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish your sentence. Finish your sentence.
Money is green, right? Okay. So can because there's people that love money, right? We need money to survive, right? But What do you mean? You're making it seem like we don't need money to survive.
I mean,
to a degree.
this is where it comes in, where we're all paid actors
Okay.
playing on this role of life that was built for us.
The-
Money is one of them. Money was, hey, to survive, you need this to buy food. It's like,
But-
bro, listen, if there's people that I'm sure that, like,
But for
look,
yeah.
money's here to run businesses, right? Money's here on a scale for us not to be killing each other for food and for these things. It's kind of like setting a standard. It's a standard. That's what it is, right? So hey, to feed yourself, you need money to buy food, or I can go and kill a squirrel, cook it, and eat.
But it's the same thing. But even before money was invented, right? Let's talk about like thousands of years before.
Right.
We used to exchange things, right?
Right. Okay. Mhm.
Right? Bread for fish or whatever. But if you have a village, right? And in your village you grow your village it's well known for fish, right? They have fish. Your
Look,
village
the thing
your
is-
village is for bread. You saying that, oh, I could go ahead and just say kill a chicken and eat it myself and we don't need the money. But when you have a population like this, the only way for you to control is and have food for everyone, right? Is to have a system. Because if you don't have a system in place,
Which is the script.
it's the script from years before we were born.
Yeah.
So but it's a script that it's needed to live in this world.
Yeah.
what
Like
I'm
it's a
saying?
standard.
Exactly. So it's needed because you need rule and regulations and everything to be able to coexist with each other, to be able to to be able to coexist. Because back in the days, we used to exchange bread. Commodities, whatever, bread, stone, whatever you want to call it. But today, right, we exchange goods and services, and we change certain things, but people still have to work. It's like saying,
I think that what I'm trying to talk about is something that we did not create. It's something that is just like, it's just here. Sound is here, right? I'm talking about these things, and you're talking about goods and services on how we thrive and survive, right? Like yes, like there's goods and services that we need to thrive and survive, so we don't have to be killing each other for food and killing each other for like these kind of survival of the fittest like that, right?
Yes.
I mean, to a degree it is with the money, right? Because there's people that are dying in the streets right now. There's people that have too much money, right? And
Yes.
there's no real balance there.
Yeah.
And what I'm trying to say is that, remember, like, this is about, we're talking about, like, God and spirituality, right? And to a degree, when we think about money and when we think about this whole structure that we are like, operating on, it is detaching us from not detaching us, but it's like, it's not something that people are just gonna like just get like, it's just not something that's gonna hit you and like, oh my God, hold up, wait a second, let me think about all this, right? Like it's something that you have to stop, think, and like, bro, I would not be thinking about none of this
Okay.
if I didn't shroom, right? So shrooming has helped me understand that there's like, whoa, hold up, wait a second. And people know what I'm saying when I'm saying this.
Yeah.
There's like, whoa, hold up, there's way more to life than what I've been presented to, or presented with.
Okay.
Right? And that's what I'm trying to like say. Like let's say, for example,
okay.
like when I'm saying like vibrations, right? It's vibrations and sound, right? Sound, thinking about something like this. Sound is something we can't see it,
Okay.
right? We can't see it. We can hear it, but we can't see it. Imagine if we could see it. Like, you have to have your imagination to understand, like, what if we can see it, right? How would it look, right? How would that structure look? It wouldn't look like whatever. It will have a structure, right? And I think to a degree, those structures are presented in life. Let's say, for example,
Yeah.
this is all right. Snowflakes, right? How small are snowflakes? Tiny, very tiny.
They're very small. Yeah.
But have you seen the structure of a snowflake? How
The
perfect
shape?
it looks? How amazing it looks? How beautiful it looks? Snowflakes.
But when
Snowflake.
you looking for a picture
Yeah,
of a snow?
so
Mhm.
actual.
55 minutes.
Okay. We're about to wrap up soon.
But when you
unfortunately,
when
but
you mentioned the pic, how perfect of the picture or the
something
shape
like this. Look,
Okay.
that's an actual snowflake.
Okay.
Real snowflake, right?
Mhm.
Look at that. Boop. Look at that. Right?
Okay.
And it's so tiny.
Mm-hmm.
How do we know that sound, when it's freezing,
Mm-hmm.
it's not the one that's creating the shape? Like that sharp sound, like when something is freezing,
Okay.
right? That you know what I'm talking about? It's like that glassy, sharp look, sharp sound.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, let's say, for example, if you take a bottle of water, you freeze it, and then you take it out, and then you try to like put water, you hear the sharp sounds, like edgy,
the
like
crickle-
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. How do we know that sound is not the one creating this shape when it's freezing? When that tiny piece of water is hitting that freezing point, how do we know that? How do we know that sound is not the one that's shaping it?
Okay. So from my
I know,
understanding,
this is crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From my understanding in this, so
Unfortunately, we're gonna have to wrap up
when
soon.
we come-
but
when we come-
y'all can hit me up. Yeah, I mean, y'all can hit us up on the Green Tea Podcast, or to
when you say
Cipher.
like shape, and now that I know that you believe in shape and
1,000%.
sound,
Like,
that's your
there's-
reality. Shape, sound. That's
everything that we are shaped. Like okay, you know what? To a degree, this is one of my beliefs. This is something that I've come to a conclusion. Like, yes, we live in a world. We live in almost whatever God I can think of. It's shapes. It's the shapes.
that's what I want. Yeah, that's what I wanted to
right?
get into.
Like, it's almost like we have bro.
Mhm.
Like, these leaves, an actual leaf. 'Cause This
Okay.
is fake, right?
Okay.
This is a real one. That's a
Okay.
fake one. But if you grab a leaf,
Okay.
right? That leaf alone looks like a tree. Has the shape of a tree. Has branches. So let's say, for example, you have shapes like our veins, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our veins, our veins. They relate to thunders, right? Same
Okay.
shapes, right? Like it's.
So sound. So just to be clear, you believe in sounds and shapes. So you believe that sounds
Yes.
shape who you are and shape your beliefs in something. So I got a question for you. So like how
Not that sound shapes your belief, but sound
Sounds-
itself
okay.
is a mastery of us. It's sound it rules us to a degree. Like, and sound and shapes are within one another, right? So
Okay.
so it's like there's no sound exists, and I feel, yes, to a degree, sound shapes, right? So
how do you? This is a great question. How do you communicate? Let's say for people like who believes in God, they prayed to God. How you communicate, to your to the higher power. How you communicate?
how you communicate to the higher power?
Yeah, like
Okay.
like what do you do? Like you
Choke.
I know you.
Okay, you
meditate.
ready?
Uh-huh.
Choke on shrooms. The ego killer, okay?
What are you-
We gonna
He said, hold on, but
go choke on shrooms. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm
That-
not
I was
pushing any
gonna say,
drugs.
though.
I'm
But
not
when-
choking-
but when you-
but choke on shrooms.
but when you choke on shrooms,
I don't know
or
what
not
I mean
shrooms,
for you.
but yeah,
Choke
it's-
on shrooms.
but when you eat it, it makes you.
bro, that's the thing. It's like
It's like that's how
yeah,
how
I know what I mean.
But that's how you like. They say pray. or I don't know, get connected. You know what I'm saying?
Get connected, get grounded,
Yeah,
get familiar with what really life is, and get familiar with being a human is, and yes, shrooming. It's a powerful tool. It's natural, and it really relates to the connectors in our brain. What is it? The
neurons.
Neurons. I'm saying. I think we're saying that right. I think.
Yeah, I think that's about right.
And it activates that, and it makes the brain communicate. With neurons that wouldn't be normally communicating with, and
your neurons are nerve cells that message all over your body, basically.
Yes. So shroom, and then not only that, but mushrooms itself is it's not a plant and it's not an animal. It's right in between because of the network, how it works. There's millions of different strains of of mushrooms.
Okay.
Right, and some of them have psychedelics, and it's one of those things. How can you explain that? That's just natural. It's a natural thing. Like somebody took. Do you know that people say that? Oh, we went into civilization because of shrooms as well. Like we went from.
Didn't heard that before.
We went from like unconscious mammals to higher thinking individuals because of shrooms, right? So again, it's one of those things that I cannot explain. Y'all know what I mean? We're running out of time.
No, I heard people. Sorry, yeah, we don't run out of time. We're gonna, I almost cut it off now. But I heard people that have, that take shroom to actually do activities or to
maybe microdosing.
Yeah, they microdose.
Macrodosing.
Micro, whatever. They dose themselves to be able to
and what do they say?
Perform a task.
Yes.
Either write a book or either complete a task or whatever.
Yes.
So I have heard that from other people, and this episode is for you guys to see two different,
Don't do drugs.
You have you're not pushing that, but it's like to people to know that it's good to believe in something, because when you believe that there's something higher than you, we have two different example here. When Hector believes in the sound, the sounds that shape us, right?
Sound shapes.
That
yes.
Sound shapes, right?
has a huge influence on shaping.
Exactly.
Sound is the only thing that can shape water.
So there we go. So,
anything that you put, like if you put water here, the water takes the shape of the bottle, right? Like if I open this and I do this, I can't shape it.
No.
Sound can shape it. And look, but sound is one of the things that can shape it.
So it just to see that he believes in sound and shape, and how sound shape, and how he ground himself to do the right thing, to kind of have a belief. Yeah. And then as well as and my side is I'm not religious, like I'm not Christian or Catholic, but I believe in God, and the way that I ground myself, it's just praying, and I believe that there's a higher power. But it's very good to believe that there's something more out there, because you have to be you have to be grateful every single day. This is spirituality is a very special thing for me. But yeah, you wanna.
I'm gonna leave maybe some links in the descriptions or something to if you guys want to have fun and check out what I mean by sound is one of the only things that shapes water. Have fun with that, and I'm not saying this is the God. No, but it operates in one of those scales, and God is everywhere. I'm right.
Exactly, God is everywhere.
And when I'm saying God, I don't mean specifically one person with a beard, right? Or Jesus. Yeah. I'm not trying to get I'm really not. No. But I do try to think just beyond what I've been taught, and what I'm trying to make sense as much as possible to the thing, even to the rainbow. The rainbow is we take it for granted, boom, rainbow, okay. Study it, look at it. I've studied rainbow. You see how we only get half the circle?
Yeah.
A whole rainbow is an actual circle. Have you ever seen that?
No.
Yes. There's a rainbow. That's why it imitates half a circle. But if you see a full, complete rainbow, it's not from the ground to the ground. No, it's a circle. It's just like this. Looks like a circle, and it's in colors, right? And it's just understanding that and looking at that, and just why is the shape of the circle, right? Like there's just
there
things to take apart. But we're running out of time for
Yeah,
real.
I was gonna say,
I love this topic though. I
You
ain't
know,
gonna lie to
that
you.
there's gonna be things. I just wanted you guys to, you know, be grateful. People who wants to believe in something, right? And yeah, so it was Hector.
Woke.com.
It was nice to you know, to have this topic
Talk
with
about
you, so you could, you know, really open up, and I got to discover something that I didn't know. You know, I don't shroom, but you know, it's something good to learn
I've shroomed
from, you
plenty
know,
of times.
from your experiences of shrooming, and how you know, your beliefs, now you question things more than what you're being thought. But yeah, so guys, thank you so much for, you know, being here, and this is the end.
This is
If you
it.
guys have any questions, again, message us on IG and leave your comment. All right.
Alrighty,
All right.
right.
See you soon, brother.
See ya. Ego killer.
Hey, yes,
That's
sir.
what I'm saying. I'm saying nothing else. The ego killer. That's what I'm saying. All right.
See you guys.
Peace.